What is up, my viewers? Spang here, bringing you a World of Tanks gameplay commentary. This one is submitted by one of you guys. This is one of my loyal fans, Minaz. Basically, he sent me quite a few, so this time he is in his Type 59. The team seemed fairly even. Now, I have the game paused because I'm not sure quite if it's gonna just randomly start up on me. As far as I can tell, there's no countdown timer coming. So, but like I was saying, the team seemed fairly even. In my opinion, his team has a slight advantage, but it is Assault on Karelia. I don't know if I said that already, so I figure I might as well. Right here, you can tell he is playing the Type 59. It is a Tier 8 Premium. In my opinion, see, there we go. Told you, it was going to start right up on me. Now, in my opinion, the 59 isn't too powerful. Its gun, let me just check here. I can totally bring it up. Its penetration is only 175, which is pretty low for a Tier 8 tank. And it only does 230 damage, which is kind of standard for a medium, I suppose. But at the same time, it's definitely not ideal. So, Type 59, there's a reason I don't own one. Well, first of all, because I don't buy tanks, and second of all, because, well, like I said, it's not, in my opinion, it's not that powerful. Now, his team did some coordination early on, and they said pretty much everyone go south. So, as you can tell, there's not very many things going to the north. A few tank destroyers, potentially, to stop the scouts from getting in and killing his one artillery piece, but artillery is certainly not too much of a factor here. Now, I'm not sure exactly what language they are speaking in, but I think I've already had this conversation once before, and therefore I won't have it again. Yes, so there is some coordination going on between him and his team. Now, the KV-5 did get a recent buff. In the 7.5 patch, it got an extra 100 health, so it has the most health of any Tier 8 heavy tank. In fact, I think it has the most health of any Tier 8 in general. So it is a very well-armored, very hard thing to kill. Its gun doesn't have too much penetration, so that is its one downfall. It will have a hard time breaking through heavily armored targets such as the Tiger II, and the IS-3 will give it some trouble. But in general, in my opinion, the KV-5 is a pretty decent Tier 8 heavy. But like we all know where I stand, I like my T-32. Yeah, right here, Minaz saying he has 9 frames per second. I'm seeing 10. Up there it goes. Yeah, playing on very low frames per second. That makes this game so much more difficult. Now, the enemy team has a significant force in the south. He had just lost 2 scouts. Wow. Before even getting close to that enemy artillery, and his team is already in a slightly disadvantageous position, although their losses are not too serious until they just lost that IS-3. So now things are certainly going to be an uphill battle, but even more so than it already was, because as the assaulting team, it is always an uphill battle. In my opinion, defense always kind of has it a little easier as long as your team plays wisely. The enemy team killing another tank, so it is 1-5 at this point. The only thing they managed to kill is a Tier 6 tank destroyer in a Tier 8 match, so not really eliminating anything all that useful. Right here, Minaz making a very good call to actually play his tank like a medium and go flank the enemy. I think he's playing very smart right here, and this actually could end up saving his northern push. The KV-5 apparently doing decent for himself, taking a shot on that 3601, only hitting the spaced armor. The northern push, which was never really a push to begin with, pretty much seeming to hold their ground, but I don't know for how long. If the enemy decides to push against it, if his team will really be able to stop them from going in and killing their artillery. But it is 2-8 at this point. I would say this is pretty much almost a lost cause. That Tiger II about to get eliminated by that IS-3. But, you know what? He is staying alive for the moment. This 3601 trying to eliminate that Tiger II, the IS-3 getting the kill like I thought he would. Now, the KV-5, his friend here, is still at full health, at least last time I saw him look over that way. Yes, he is. So, the KV-5 is going to have some trouble on that IS-3's armor, but I know Minaz here can easily take this 3601. He's angling his armor. The Type 59 definitely has decent frontal armor, as you see right there, especially against the Tier 6. It is highly unlikely that Tier 6 will get through his frontal armor. He shoots him in a track, apparently. I don't know what that tank was doing, probably using HE or something. Him and his friend are still alive. I think wow, that KV-5, his friend, managing to take out that IS-3 quite well. And it's up to them now, essentially, them and that T-34 to win this match. Heavy tank rolling up on Minaz here. It's only a tier 6, however, so he is capable of handling that without too much difficulty. At least that's my perception on the matter, especially when it's a KV5 and him versus him. This KV-1S is all but dead. The enemy team still has 2 tier 8s left and a tier 7, so there's that Tiger 2 that is one of their remaining tier 8s. And the one thing I see causing a lot of trouble for these guys right now is that ISU-152, that tier 8 tank destroyer on the enemy team. Basically, if he has that upgraded gun, the BL-10, they are in for a world of hurt. Now, Minaz doing the little medium thing and swinging and swerving his tank around, making himself harder to hit, getting a passing shot on that Tiger 2, and really, it looks like he might decide to go past. No, he is going to stop and help his friend to the best of his ability while still advancing towards the enemy base. So I think that's actually a really good call. He stops to shoot at that guy and help out his friend, but when he's reloading, he is moving forward, and then he stops to aim, takes a shot, and finishes him off. So playing very wisely there. Him and his friend got a total of 7 kills, which equates to 7 of the 9 kills his team has. Basically, these two guys getting almost all of their team's kills at this point, except for 2. And so that apparently an SU-152 in the center taking on a heavy tank, most likely that T-29. It's potentially a KV-2. Now this SU-152 apparently not facing him, but he doesn't have a shot due to the hill. The ISU turning to engage, and it does look like he potentially has the BL-10. It's hard to tell at this distance with that outline, especially with the gun angled up like that. Now, this is where he's potentially getting himself in a lot of trouble. He's got a lot of guns pointing in his direction. That ISU does not have the BL-10, I don't think. It was hard to tell from the front on. Now, he got the SU-8 due to apparently lighting it on fire. The ISU apparently only having the 122, not the BL-10. So, not as potent as he could be. T-29 right there, so that SU-152 in the center was facing a KV-2, but a KV-2 is nothing to scoff at. It is a very potent tier 6 tank. And right here, he's trying to engage a T-29 is certainly capable of killing him, especially a fully upgraded one. And I think he might get himself killed right here. Nope, T-29 only hitting nothing but dirt. His KV-5 friend moving to flank around while the enemy team is somewhat preoccupied on them. And they have a T-34 coming up from the rear to engage. So what was looking like a completely lost battle, no, that ISU does have that BL-10. That is a very powerful and very scary gun. He has a chance to potentially kill his KV-5 buddy right here. And will he do it? No. Oh, very nice shot. Minaz getting an ammo rack. Very nice. I think that's exactly what they needed. And like I was saying, what went from a losing match really turned around for these guys just because they had such good teamwork in the north and managed to really eliminate the enemy forces there. And then not only that, they did a nice solid push. Now, Minaz down to his last 2 AP shells, so his damage dealing potential is almost gone. Artillery deciding to come in and save the day. Excuse me. Minaz getting himself Top Gun. He's potentially about to get himself Bolter's medals. His KV-5 buddy sitting on the cap, not really too confident in pushing, considering that T-29 can kill him, but artillery will join in and save the day. So it's all but one at this point, ladies and gentlemen. And that KV-2 we know is in the center. He can kill both these guys in one shot. But that's the thing. He fires and then he has to reload, and depending on what health that KV-2 is at, he has virtually no chance of survival, especially with the T-34 here. It is 3 tier 8s versus a tier 6 with some artillery support, and the chances of the enemy team even doing anything remotely to stop this are completely out the window. And like I said, just great teamwork by these guys. Really pulling it together for their team, getting 10 of their team's 14 kills. I cannot lie. And really, I'm just impressed. So I guess congrats to you, buddy, taking a total of 25 shots and 24 hitting the target. Man, that is accurate. So you managed to actually bring damage to 9 of the enemy team, killing 6 of them. And so Steel Wall goes to your KV5 friend. That's not too surprising considering how heavily armored the KV5 is. You get Top Gun and Sniper, doing very well for yourself. A good amount of experience, a good amount of credits, and yes, very well done. I guess if there's anything I have to say is, if you guys are looking for teamwork strategies, heavy plus medium equals a pretty powerful combo. Like you saw, as long as the medium plays like a medium and the heavy plays like a heavy, you can definitely use that. So I guess with nothing else to say, if you like this video, if you click that like button, wait, what? If you click that like button, if you click it, I'll be happy. I'll say thanks. I say thanks right now. If you want to see more, subscribe. And as always, if you have a replay like Minoz here did, send it to spanglereplays@gmail.com. Email is in the description. And as always, this is Spang signing off.